Hello, living in Boulder Vlog. It's that's empty. That doesn't have any weed in it. I talked to my mom this morning, and she's like, "Don't buy any more weed." And I'm like, "Well, I don't have any weed, but I definitely need to quit one of these days, for my lungs." This is the 8th of June, 2021. Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know what day of the week. I never know what day of the week it is. Yesterday I was sick. Day before yesterday I got sick with the cold. I think from just overcooking myself. Today is my 1 month anniversary of trying to get back in shape. It was the 8th of May that I was up all night long. It was the 7th, the night of the 7th of May that I was up all night long, and then the morning of the 8th at 5 in the morning, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it was like 6 in the morning. I did my vlog, and I had a really good night that night. Working on I'm not high right now. I just was smoking weed last night, so maybe that's why I can't think. Working on the YouTube videos you can find of all the different exercises. This is like a huge project. It was like 500 pages worth of text. It's like out of control. But I thought it was really cool. Like, it looked really cool when it was done and really illuminating for strength levels. But and mixed with video. But and then I got to sleep, and but then I suddenly woke up at 8 in the morning. I couldn't breathe. I was going, sounds just like that, only 100 times louder. Just like that, but like way louder, and with way bigger like things, vibrations. So I got up and I was like, stay in the living room, and my really loud, trying to breathe, trying to get my breathing, and hopefully that it wasn't gonna like get to the point where they're gonna collapse and I wasn't gonna be able to breathe anything. And then I got my breathing back, but I was freaked out, and I had like, it was like right around here, and it felt like it was damaged, like it hurt. So I need to get back in shape. So I that was a month ago today. So I guess let's do a month analysis of where I am after a month. Well, today I don't feel good. I feel like I might want to take another day off. I didn't really take a day off yesterday. Yesterday um um yesterday I did stretching all day long. And I don't know exactly how many hours of actual stretching I did, but like that's pretty much all I did. I got up really late. Oh yeah, I was like in bed, just laid out, wasted to hell, until 3 in the afternoon, and I didn't sleep last night. So and I did sleep last night though. I didn't sleep night before last, but I did sleep last night. I got to sleep super late. It was like 2 in the morning until 10 in the morning or something is when I slept. So I did sleep. But the night before I didn't. So I got, so 2 days, it was noon from day before yesterday. So noon until yesterday is 24 hours. And then noon today would have been 36 minus 12, 24. No. Noon to noon. My brain's not working right. Noon yesterday, but then another 12. Noon yesterday. My brain's not working right. But I worked. I was up for a long time. It'd be easier if I knew the days of the week, but I don't. Noon today, noon yesterday, noon day before yesterday. It's too many days that went by. But I went like 2 days without sleeping. But I slept last night, so I didn't really eat enough yesterday. I got up at 3:30. My mom woke me up and wanted me to go take me down to go pick up my car. We had the mechanic do a compression test on it, and fix the gears to make the gears feel more new. That was $555, but my mom paid for it, so hopefully somebody's gonna buy the car. Just maybe reduce the price. It's been trying to sell for like 2 months now. I put my mom in charge of selling my car because she would have been like poking her nose in my business too much, and so it's just easier to let her deal with all of it. She would have been insisting on trying to sell it for too much, and which is what she's been doing. And then she made this really stupid ass decision where she paid some dude $500 on eBay to put it on his eBay site. I tried to talk her out of it, but there was no talking her out of it. So whatever. I just don't want to deal with selling the car because it's taking everything I can to get back in shape. I got myself about as badly in shape as you could possibly get until a month. So obviously in 1 month I'm not going to bounce back. So right now I didn't eat. Oh yeah, so after I picked up my car, I went to Subway and got a 1 foot long veggie Subway, and then I had for dinner I had cherries and like a bag of potato chips. Yeah, so I didn't really eat much yesterday. I thought that my appetite was starting to kick in. A couple days ago, my mom came over, helped me organize my room, and brought food and cooked for my roommate and I was really hungry, so I think my appetite is like sort of halfway maybe coming in. I don't know. But I didn't really eat much yesterday, so not really. And I tried to do some push-ups. I have a new idea where between my stretches I do 5 push-ups, deep push-ups with the handles. So they're like deficit push-ups, and I do 5 of them really slowly, and I did 5 sets of that, and I was like completely wasted. Like my pecs are totally sore right now. So I stopped doing that, and I started just doing stretching, and then we watched a movie with Kirsten, and yeah, and then I don't think I had that much insomnia. I don't remember that much. So anyways, it's like noon today, and I don't really feel, I definitely don't feel 100%. I'm kind of trying to decide what I want to do, because since I started, I haven't had a day of full recovery, even though I've had a few days off. I've had a few days off. Like I took 2 days off after I got drunk. That was really stupid. I'm not going to do that again. Although my roommate's been drinking because he's moving out in like a week, and he gave me a beer the other night. I said yes. I swore to never drink again. So, and then I didn't, I consider stretch days days off. I mean, it's a day that I really, really need to do. It's a maintenance day. My legs are totally sore, and I mean, it's more useful for my body to spend a day stretching on days like that. But and it does take it out of me. Like, if I'm really tired and I'm stretching, it's exercise. Holding the stretch and just stretching the muscle itself. But I do consider that a day off. Like my version, like if I'd have to be like on the verge of death to not be spending my time just stretching, because stretching is, I consider a day off, because it's not like you're wearing yourself down, but you are, but you kind of sort of are, because you're stretching out all the muscles and then squeezes lactic acid and dead muscle fiber out that then has to get extricated. So it kind of is exercise, but and then I did some of these like body pull-ups with my bench up here. I did like 5 sets of 10, like really slowly. So, anyways, I'm getting up today super hungry with like a rumbling belly, but yeah, I don't feel at 100%. My thighs are sort of sore, but not really. Like my thighs are pretty much good to go on a ride. My calves are not. Are totally sore. I would be walking around like almost with a limp today. So my calves, I went running. Oh my God, it was a few days ago now. Not yesterday, not the day before yesterday, because that was the swim day, but the day before that. No, not the day before that, because I swam inside. The day before that. So like 4 days ago or something, I went on a 6.5 mile, 2 hour run up to the top of Bear Mountain from Chautauqua, and that was enough to blow out my calves until now. So, but that's fine, because my calves, it's just the muscle. They're not injured. They didn't get torn. So as soon as I get my calves back, I'm totally looking forward to seeing like what kind of run I can do. So, but I could ride today. I could ride. Maybe I'll do that. I'll think about it. I should buy weed. I was talking to my mom this morning, and she's like, "Don't be high," because my mom is a difficult person to talk to. She's the kind of person who will talk to you while you're trying to talk to her, even if you started first, and then you're trying to explain something that has a middle, beginning, and an end. She has ADHD, so she cuts in the middle. And then I try to explain to her that I need to finish my concept, you know? So then I start over, and sometimes I talk really fast because I don't want her to interrupt me. I want to get through my idea before she interrupts me. And so one thing I've noticed about women, like my doctor, and then when I got and then my mother and different people, like if you talk too fast, they think that you're angry and you're yelling at them. So my mom was blaming, or that you're crazy. So my mom was blaming me on the weed, saying that the weed was making me angry, and so I need to quit smoking weed. So that's actually a really stupid reason. I think I'm gonna go buy weed. I need to quit weed because it screws up with my breathing. But if I'm not fit enough to breathe hard, I might as well take advantage of smoking weed. I do have a little bit of cash left from what my roommate gave me for utility. So I could go and spend the rest of my money. And I think I have some like points also. over there. Because the thing about weed, and especially now, you know what? I am gonna get weed. I just convinced myself to get weed. Because the thing about weed, is that it, even if you feel like kind of bad, like how I feel, I don't feel that bad though. You know, if I had a really big breakfast, I could probably get going. I think I'm gonna have a training day today. At the beginning, you could feel kind of bad and tired, but then you get really high, and all of a sudden, you're all fired up because you listen to music and stuff, and it can override that bad feeling. Oh man, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, but especially now because I kind of only recently got back into Apple Music, you know. And with Apple Music, you can talk to Siri and have Siri play whatever song you want. And if you're high off your ass, it's like just a big old party, you know. You're just listening to all this music you haven't listened to forever, and it's awesome. I have like 3 credits on Audible, and I haven't been keeping up with my books, which is fine because there are lots of entertaining, good books I can catch up with later. But I kind of still kind of feel like I'm catching up with the music, so it's a good time to smoke weed. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna have a really big breakfast, find whatever food I have, and just pig out as much as I possibly humanly can because I didn't really eat much yesterday. I was kind of too sick. I was sick yesterday, like full on sick. I was all day long. I was sneezing and I had a runny nose all day long and I felt bad. I had a cold yesterday because I overtrained. It was an overtrain sickness. You know, so now I'm calibrated to know what overtraining is because I kind of didn't know before because I feel like shit anyway. And when you're overtrained, you feel like shit. Like you feel depleted. Like all of your body's enzymes and hormones and everything are just gone. And like your muscles like hurt and are achy and sore and feel like they're dying, you know. And so you're like, oh man, this isn't right. It's just a different feeling. You know, like if you're riding, your legs are sore, but the entire leg is sore and feels like a rock and feels like it's shrinking, and you're like you can feel how there's no nutrients anywhere in your leg. It's just a bunch of dying muscle fiber. That when you feel like that, you're overtrained, and you need to chill the fuck out for at least a day. And I was kind of feeling like that when I went swimming. I was like weak from the beginning. You know, but it's kind of hard to gauge when you're in the pool and you're not experienced. You know, maybe it's just because you're slow. But then I got out of the pool and I was like, oh right, I am freaking wasted. And then it was yesterday. I was just sick. So yeah. And anyway, now I know what it is now I know how it feels like to overtrain. Recalibrated that one into me. So yeah, according to those rules, I'm not overtrained now. I'm just not it's not a good day. But it could be just because I'm filled with toxins still, you know, like I kind of have to get my living habits together as well. So getting my roommate out is going to be helpful. Maybe getting somebody else in here, maybe like a health conscious person would be good. Because like I went and I had cravings, you know, I have junk food cravings. But just because you have a junk food craving doesn't mean that that's what you should eat. Because I probably didn't need to eat a bag of potato chips for dinner last night. But I like kind of eating different things. You know, I got a bag of cherries yesterday for the first time in years. I'm not going to do that again because I spent like $30 yesterday on food that's already pretty much gone. Those cherries were like $10 or something. So I actually spent $40 because I got a freaking $10 Subway sandwich with acai juice. I mean pomegranate juice. So yeah, so I just convinced myself I'm gonna go get weed now. Spend the rest of my money on the weed. I don't know how much I have. I don't have all that much because I gave $15 cash to my roommate the other day. Yeah, just spend a little bit of weed, and maybe that'll be the last weed that I get, you know? Smoke weed until my roommate leaves in like a week, and then, I literally won't have money to smoke weed anymore after this anyway. Um, so I might as well, just the last of it. And then pig out on whatever food I have as much as I can, and then I'm going to jump on my road bike and ride up into the canyons. Maybe the same ride I did the other day up Ward and James. You can get water up there, so and see how I feel. You know, um, I'm gonna start coughing like that all the time if I keep smoking weed, but I'm not at that level yet. I'm maybe like one notch below that level. I would like to do a VO. I mean an FTP test on my Zwift. I think I bought Zwift again. I got a membership at Zwift again. I don't think actually. I don't think I did, but it's only like $15. I got a membership at Strava again. You can check out my Strava. I went on a Strava ride the other day, and I think my average watts for like a 50 mile, 5,100 foot ride was 153 watts. But that included coasting down the mountain. I went up the mountain, and then when I went down, I wasn't pedaling. I was just coasting. So I don't know what my actual like riding watts are, because I wasn't looking at my computer. Like my computer screen didn't even show me. It was just showing the map. So I don't really know, but I'm more than 150. So I would like to know. Yeah, I think I'm ready to know what my watts are to be able to gauge. And there's also a time trial course that I do to gauge my speed on a bike. It's the local 20K time trial course. I would categorize it as a relatively fast course because the finish is lower than the start. But it's got some rollers on there, but it's pretty flat, but also the road quality isn't the greatest. So I would put it as a relatively fast course. I think the fastest local pro on there was like 33 miles an hour. So it's pretty accurate to compare myself with other people. I've been going downhill on that, going slower every year. I guess maybe because I'm getting older or whatever. But last year I tried it, and I was actually really surprised by how slow I went. I was like 18.6 miles an hour or something. And when I got my road bike, and this is on a road bike, not a time trial bike, I got in 2017, which is already 4 years ago. I was like 19.6 miles an hour. Oh no, maybe that was last year. I think I made it. I was like 21.1 actually. Whoops, that's like on my YouTube. I mean my Strava page. So yeah, I need to do stuff like that. Maybe I'll incorporate that into my ride today. I think that's what I'll do. I'm gonna do a 20K time trial today. While I'm high, because it's not gonna matter anyway. Even if I get an asthma attack during my time trial, it's not gonna really affect my time that much because I don't need to breathe that much anyway. Like I'll have asthma and I still won't be breathing all that hard because my muscles won't be needing because I'm not that fit. So, but yeah. Anyways, I've been doing it a month. Today's my month anniversary. So I've lost probably a little bit of weight, maybe 5 pounds, because I weighed myself the other day at 186, and I was 191 the first time. Probably around 186 now. Lost about 5 pounds overall, which is a whole lot of blubber. Although I feel like I still have a lot of blubber. I do have a lot. I still have a spare tire, and I'm kind of flappy and flabby looking. But I should have taken a photo when I started, but it's not as bad as before. And then I gained a bunch of muscle. So overall, I'm 5 pounds less. So and I'm stronger, but I don't feel stronger. So I don't feel fit. But once I recover from this little cold, um, when I bounce back for month 2, I'll be better off. And so and plus I feel like I can run. Like at the very beginning, all I could do was walk pretty much at about 2 miles an hour, 3.5 miles on my treadmill with support, holding onto the rails. And then my calf completely tore on me anyway, so that was a wreck. Now I could probably run 10 miles, no problem. Well, not now because my calf is sore, but tomorrow after my calf heals, I could probably run at like, I wouldn't be surprised if I could run at 4 miles per hour on the treadmill for like 10 miles. Or do four, no, I couldn't do that, but I could do like 4 miles per hour on the treadmill for like a mile, and then take like a half mile off and then do another mile. So I'm pretty much at an average speed of like almost 4 miles an hour, 3.5 or something for 10 miles. And I could probably actually run 10 miles outside right now. So that's what I'm going to try like tomorrow. I'm going to try to run, maybe I can run 18 miles. That'd be cool to run. One benchmark I really want to do is to do the Mesa Trail, because I haven't even done that in forever, since like the early goddamn 80s. It's kind of pathetic. It's kind of ridiculous how little exercise I've done, and little few times I've done trails out here and mountain bike trails, and I've not taken advantage of Boulder, and it's the fault of my parents. I mean, they try to push me away from it because they think that you're just wasting your time, and they don't want to, like, if they see me doing that stuff, I'm not allowed to live at their house and crazy shit like that. I came back from um, uh, Australia bike touring, right? So I'm like in the shape of my life, um, and then I come back to my mom, and I'm like 26 or something. This is in like 2000. No, it was in 99, 1999. And I come back in like October 1999, and if my mom had her head screwed on straight, she'd be like, "Oh, you're fit. Yeah, have fun. Ride your bike. Live with me. Ride your bike." And then maybe I could do the 24 hours of Moab. They had that, and I ended up doing it with this kid I worked with as a team. But I could have done it as a soloist because I was fit, and then I could have ridden here and lived with my mom. But my mother is like an 80, probably an 85 IQ, right at the bottom of average, barely passable. Um, she's like, her house is completely wasted. Her garage is packed to the ceiling with just boxes, not even piled together, and just stuff like you can't even walk in there. You couldn't even walk in. It's completely out of control. And then her basement's the same way, packed to the ceiling of just boxes, just stacked up. And of course, there's dead rats everywhere. And so I'm like, oh my God, we need to fix this. We need to take everything out of the boxes, throw the boxes away, build shelves along the walls, stack the stuff on the shelves so that you can see what you have so that we can then throw it away. But when I got back there, I proceeded to fix her house, and she didn't want me to because it made her uncomfortable to fix her house. I hear my roommate out there. So she got really mad at me, and she says I could only be there 3 weeks before I had to get a job, any old job, a job. So all of a sudden I had to get a job just so that I wouldn't have as much time to fix her house. And so she's physically trying to stand in my way when I'm putting stuff in the basement. And then she physically attacks me a few times. And then I had to spend the rest of my time working some job, $9 an hour moving furniture for this dude who hated my guts and thought was insulting me all the time. But I kept the job because my mother needed me to have a job just to have a job to get out of the house, so I couldn't help her house. So I spent like 3 months on that with that dude at $9 an hour. And then she starts getting mad at me because I'm making $9 an hour. I'm like, but you made me get a job, and I wasn't even done with her house because I couldn't finish her house because I didn't have the time. So that's my mother for you. It's just a sabotage monster. My father was the same way. So growing up in Boulder and being surrounded by all these trails and everything, it doesn't mean shit if you have sabotage parents like I did. So now I'm 47, and I'm like, haven't done the Mesa Trail because I wasn't allowed to, you know. I'll have to get a job, just to get a job. So anyway, so now, and I'm probably still gonna have to get a job, because I'm not making any money. So I should take advantage of right now that I don't have a job and I have time to try to run the Mesa Trail, because you never know how many times in your life you'll be able to do that. So that's like 18 miles. It's like 9 miles from Boulder to El Dorado Springs, and then I could like fill up my water, or if I run out of water, I could take a detour to NCAR or something, and then run back. But I think that I'm capable of running 18 miles. I think it's possible for me to run 18 miles. The only thing that's going to get in the way would be, oh my God, I've talked for a half hour, would be if my calf tears, but I think my calf can handle it. Yeah, so I'm going to give that a try tomorrow. So I'm going to go on a bike ride today. I'm going to buy weed because I don't feel 100%. And I have a little bit of money. Spend the rest of my cash on weed for the one last time. Smoke weed until my roommate moves out. Who is here all the time. Super creepy. I'm like totally ready for him to leave. Like he's always in the kitchen, just there. I don't want a roommate like that. I'm going to have to write when I look for him. I'm like, look, I can't have a roommate who doesn't have a job and is in the house all day long. Yeah, and then go on another ride up in the hills, and that'll be my day all the way up until the end of the day. Yes, alrighty. Talk to you tomorrow.